Hi kids, it's me, Darlene. How are you today? Are you ready to do another craft? I'm going to try to have a new craft for you every Wednesday. It might not always be on Wednesday, but we're certainly going to try our best. Today we're going to be making paper beads that look something like this. Let me find one here. Here's a nice little green one. Very easy to make. You're going to use recycled magazine pages, and you'll need some white glue and something to string your beads, like yarn or cord or ribbon or whatever you have available, and maybe a toothpick or a bread tie to use as a needle, and I'll show you that at the end of the video. And what else? Some scissors, and you may need help cutting the beads. You may need help getting the pages out of the magazine, so have a grown-up available to help you. And I guess that is about it. I have a nice list of names to say hi to at the end of the video, so make sure you watch. Okay, let's get started. What you're going to need is some magazine pages. Just take any magazine and rip out some of the pages if you need help doing that to get a nice clean edge, or you can just rip them out and then cut on both edges, you know, to make sure that they're both smooth. Now, I want this side to be the part of my bead, so I'm going to start upside down, and this is the side that I'm going to roll. And what I do is I take a straw, and I start my paper, start rolling it around the straw, and I put a little bit of glue to secure, just a little bit. It doesn't take much. You don't want to get glue on the straw because you want to take the straw out after. And you just keep rolling till you get to the end. You can always put a scrap paper. I have a scrap paper right here, so we don't get glue all over the table. Now I'm going to put glue right on the end of the paper that I'm rolling. And you just hold it for just a few seconds and it will stick. Any white glue, school glue, will do. Now, I'm just going to slide this off the straw, and you have a nice paper tube, which we will be cutting into beads. Let's do one more. I want this bead to be blue, so I'm going to put the blue paper upside down. Start rolling. Whoops, it's a little tricky sometimes to get started. Now I'm going to put some glue on the paper. Remember, we don't want glue on the straw because we want to pull the straw out after. Just glue on, roll all the way up till you get almost to the end, and then you put some glue on the end. Then you just want to hold the paper down just a little bit till it sticks. You could always tape this part if you wanted, but it really goes through a lot of tape quick, so the best way to do it is just with glue. And it doesn't take long to dry. So you have another tube made that quick. Now, I made a few others before, and the other two should be dry by now. Doesn't take long at all. And then all you're going to do to make your beads is cut them. You may need help, depending how old you are, you may need help with this. So you can make them, let's see, that wide. Whoops, I dropped it. Oops, where are you? Can't see you. See the cute little bead it makes? And then you just keep cutting. And if you want to make some narrow, you can. If you want to make some real wide, you can. Let me zoom up a little bit here and see if I can get a little bit closer to what I'm doing. And then after you cut, you might have to, you know, just squeeze them a little bit so that they go back to being round. And you have all kinds of nice little beads. So let's go ahead and cut this blue and pink one. If you have a paper cutter, you can use that too, but you would need help from an adult for that. Then I'm going to show you a good way to string these. So there's your beads. In no time, you can have a big bag full of beads, and they're really, really fun to play with. Do one more. This one makes gray beads. There you go. All right, the next thing I'm going to show you a cool way to make a needle for stitching up your jewelry. Okay, you can use anything you have on hand to string your jewelry. I have yarn, so I'm going to use a piece of yarn. Now, you don't want something flip-floppy that's hard to put through the bead. So here's what we do. Take a bread tie and just twist the bread tie around the yarn. Push it straight, and now you have a needle that's not dangerous, and it will fit right through your beads. And then you can start stringing them any way you want. Let's do gray and green. See the pretty necklaces you can make and bracelets? Very, very fun. And it's a good way to use up old magazines. It's even a good way to use up bread ties. So here's another trick. If you don't have a bread tie, you could use a toothpick, and if you want, take a piece of tape, or you could glue the yarn if you want, but you can just tape the piece of yarn right to the toothpick. Makes an awesome needle for kids. And you just continue. I'm so excited to have some of you try this. You're going to have fun picking out the magazine pages that you want to use. You're going to have fun stringing them together. And your mom is going to love wearing the jewelry you make her. They're very pretty. Another thing I wanted to mention is when you have a straw, all straws, you can buy straws. If you don't want to make the paper tubes, you can buy all kinds of pretty colorful straws, and get this. All you do is cut the straw, and look at the nice beads you have. They're just as nice as the paper ones. See? So you can go out and buy a lot of colorful straws at Dollar Tree. You can make a lot of beads out of a package of straws for only $1, and you have fun cutting them up. And again, you can make them as wide or as narrow as you want. If you want just a little narrow bead, you just cut a little part off, and you have a little bead like that. Cool, huh? Okay, kiddos, that's it for now. I wanted to point something out to you. You see all those little pictures there that are colored and cut out and stuck on that door? My mother did those. She's 92 and she loves to color, and she hangs up all her little colorings on the door and all inside her house. Okay, I want to say hi to some of my special young followers. We have Aspen, Michaela, Joseph, Blake, Jada, Zachary, Aaliyah, Emma, Logan, Austin, Eliana, Brian, Justin, Logan, another Logan, Ethan, Emily, Leah, Avery, Isabel, Hope, Kenneth, Ashley, Vanessa, Ryan, Gertrude, and Larry. Hi to all my young fans. If you'd like me to say your name next week, have your mom or dad tell me your first name. They can leave it in the comments right here on YouTube or on my Facebook page. I'll see you all next week with another craft. Bye.